Right, listen to this. Paradise is on fire with stories today, and I've got 3 absolute belters for you. Brendan Rodgers fuming with the board, the suits at Parkhead finally breaking their silence after that transfer circus, and wait until you hear the last one. Trust me, it's the big one you can't miss. Stay with me right till the end. Massive thanks to you for helping us smash 500 subscribers, but that's just the start. With more than 2,000 views on every story, if you hit subscribe right now, we'll fly past 1,500 subscribers, all backing the Celtic. Let's prove once again that our support is miles beyond anything the Rangers could ever muster. Hit that button and be part of it. Brendan Rodgers, The man's carrying the weight of paradise on his shoulders right now, and you can see why he's not exactly whistling down Sucky Hall Street with joy. Word is he's a bit fed up with the board, and I don't blame him. When you're fighting with one hand tied behind your back up top and there's no striker solution in sight, it's like asking you to march into Ibrox with a tin whistle instead of the full pipe band. We've just had that rotten week, Champions League dream cut short, and then that 0-0 at their midden in Govan, which felt more like a missed opportunity than anything else. You could almost hear them celebrating a draw like it was Lisbon 67, and that tells you everything about their level, doesn't it? Now, here's the twist. Down in England, Nottingham Forest have Rodgers' name circled on the shortlist like he's the next Messiah. But let's be real, it would take a big fat Premier League offer to drag him away from paradise before his contract's up. And if the board don't wake up soon, don't be shocked if he starts looking at the door, because a man like Rodgers wants his tools sharp, not blunt. So here's the question for you. If the board can't match Rodgers' ambition, do you want him to stick around and fight through it? Or would you actually respect him more if he walked away to prove his point? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's jai it loudy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic daffs. You know it's bad when the Parkhead suits, usually quieter than a Sevco title parade, are forced to step out of the shadows. Michael Nicholson and the rest of that boardroom brigade are about to break their silence after what can only be called a summer transfer shambles. And let's not sugarcoat it, it was a shambles. Brendan Rodgers wanted a striker, he begged for a striker, he made it clear we needed a striker. And what happened? Adam Ida flogged off to Swansea for 7 million quid just days after being promised he wasn't going anywhere unless we had a replacement. Now, all Rodgers has up top is Shin Yamada, Johnny Kenny, and Young Osmond. Brave lads, but it's like going into a Highland storm with an umbrella from Poundland. The last-minute scrambles, pure comedy. Casper Dolberg gone to Ajax. Fofana, who'd rather flirt with Charlton than wear the green and white hoops. And now, in the dying embers, it's all eyes on Kelechi Iheanacho, a lad who already turned us down once for Middlesbrough. Yes, Middlesbrough. He's out of contract now, hasn't kicked a ball properly in months, and somehow we're pinning our hopes on him being the saviour. Madness. Meanwhile, the board's been sitting on more than 65 million quid in the bank. 65 million. And yet Rodgers is left cobbling together scraps while Sevco smell blood. The hierarchy is banking profits while Paradise is crying out for reinforcements. And now Nicholson, Lorwell and Desmond will finally poke their heads above the parapet when the financial results come out. Big words about continuous improvement and funding available. We've all heard it before. But tell me this, with the money sitting right there in black and white, do you believe a word of it anymore? Or are you starting to think the board's ambition doesn't match yours? Hit that subscribe button, lads. Let's jai it loldy till we hit 1,500 mad Celtic dafts. So here we are, deadline day drama again, and it's Celtic scrambling around for a striker like you, hunting for a taxi on Sucky Hall Street after last orders. The latest name thrown into the hat, Patrick Bamford. Aye, that Patrick Bamford. He's 31 now. Just walked out of Leeds after 7 years. And to be fair, he did his bit down there. More than 200 games, 60 goals, a couple of championship titles. Not a bad CV, but here's the rub. Last season, he couldn't buy a start. Barely featured, and Leeds basically told him, cheerio, son. Now, Rodgers has had a wee word because Bamford's a free agent, which means he can sign even after the window slams shut. The catch is tonight's 11 o'clock cutoff for the Europa League squad list. So if he does arrive, Rodgers needs it done sharpish, or he's watching the European nights from the stands. Look, I get the panic, but we're desperate for someone to lead the line. But Bamford, at this stage of his career, feels more like plugging a leaky roof with a tea towel than fixing the problem properly. So here's the big one for you. Would you take Bamford as a stopgap just to get us through, or do you think bringing in a striker who can't get a game at Leeds shows exactly how far the boards let things slide? Hit that subscribe button. Lads, let's jay it. Loldy till we hit 1500. Mad Celtic Daffs.